Hi guys, here we are, MMA UK News, Stoomboy as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So talking about grappling, as we've been doing the last couple of days now, so specifically Grapplefest 13. So Grapplefest 13, going to be at the usual place, Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Now, it's going to be Saturday, 1st of October, so we're only just over a week away now. Anybody that's ever been at a Grapplefest, I always talk highly of Grapplefest. Grapplefest, in my eyes, definitely probably the number one, or is the number one show, grappling show to be on in Europe. And as I say, they're getting even bigger. They're obviously in Mauritius this weekend, and then as I say, there's obviously massive plans. We're definitely going to look forward to seeing what they're going to do going forward for 2023. So now, ticket availability, anybody looking for tickets, head over to the Grapplefest Facebook page and you will get your tickets directly through there. Anybody that can't make the event on the evening, now head over to, again, the Grapplefest page, and it will give you the pay-per-view options. It's on Fight TV, as it has been for the last couple of shows. So, so make sure you do get either a ticket or a pay-per-view for it. It's an amazing show. Absolutely awesome lineup so far. In fact, the whole lineup, I think, is out now. So we've got unbelievable grapplers from all over the world are going to be on display in Liverpool on a week on Saturday. So my next guest then is going to be on the show. So Rosa Walsh of Pedigo Submission Fighting. So Rosa has been on a few times before, had a couple of fight of the nights, had some amazing performances on Grapplefest, as we've all seen in the past. She's been traveling all year. She's been all over the place, so all over America and so on. So it's been brilliant seeing her Instagram kind of feeds, her stories and her pictures and stuff like that, because she's definitely living the jiu-jitsu lifestyle and she is enjoying every single minute of it. So it's so happy to see her definitely enjoying her jiu-jitsu. So she's going to be up against a tough Sarah Greenwood. So Sarah, again, has obviously been on Grapplefest before, against some amazing performances as well. So, but yeah, Rosa, absolute pleasure as always. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me tonight.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, listen, it's daytime where Rosa is. Rosa's in California at the moment, living the California dream.
Yeah, the sky is really blue, really blue.
Not one cloud in the sky
Not
at all. So how's everything with you then? Obviously, training over America, training with Pedigo now. So how's everything going training-wise for yourself?
Really good. Like, I'm just kind of loving it. Like, I'm literally everything that I wanted to do from when I was a white belt, I'm just like living it at the moment. Like, I train all the time. I can coach. I can work on strength conditioning. I can watch matches when in my downtime. I'm just like training with some of my best friends. It's everything that I wanted to do, and it's just so fantastic that it's actually happening for me now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. And I'd say you even managing to compete out there as well in America. Obviously, the ADCC Pro Division at the weekend. So obviously taking gold in that. So again, a great experience, ADCC.
Yeah, it was just incredible. Like, I flew to Vegas on last Wednesday, and then I competed on the Thursday. And I don't know, I don't really have many expectations for competition, or if I do, it's just to I suppose do my best. And then I think having Fionn there and a couple of the guys from PSF there, on the day when they were cornering me and stuff, Fionn cornered me, it was just I was so happy. I was I have a team, I have friends. That sounds terrible.
She's always had friends, by the way, just in case anybody's thinking she's got no friends. She's always had friends.
I have people who will support me, and Fionn's amazing corner. And then so the first two matches went really well, and then I had Natalie Ribeiro in the final, and I knew she was in the division, and I really was glad that we got matched up on either sides. So I met her in the final, and I won, and it was amazing because this is somebody now who I had watched for years. I was such a big fan of, and then I got to actually face her then as well. It was just this is amazing. This is something, yeah. And then from then on was just, I suppose, kind of doing whatever I could to support Fionn then as she competed over the weekend. But even then, I was I was just so grateful. I was I get this amazing opportunity to live my dream life, and it's just I don't know, it's just amazing.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you should be at that level. That's the level that you're at. Obviously being up against obviously people at that level. So as I say, that's where, do you know what I mean, you've always wanted to be there, and now you're there. And I mean,
Yeah,
you deserve your spot. You deserve to be there and amongst everybody.
yeah. It's just
Because you put in,
amazing.
yeah, I mean, you've put in work. I mean, you've travelled from Ireland, you've travelled from your home all the way to America just to obviously step your training up. So you do put in a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and it was just like you said, like I sacrificed everything. I didn't even sacrifice. That kind of like connotates something bad because I wanted to do this, but like I moved literally everything to just pursue it. So I was like, look, I'm young enough. I give a go of it. Having like some wonderful people, like supporting people, have been really helpful because like they have shown me like what's like that this the type of life like this is possible. Like because like Ireland is great and all, but like there isn't as much opportunities. Like
Yeah,
here now, I've got so many more opportunities. Like much better training partners. Like I don't know. It's just I think jiu-jitsu is a lot more progressed here than it is maybe in Europe. And I
yeah,
just think I think last weekend, even when I competed and when I was helping Fionn up, I was like, it kind of cemented that like I'm in the right place, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's definitely a
Mm-hmm.
great team. Pedigo, an amazing team. I mean, they've took over the world of grappling basically. So,
Yeah.
and obviously we love seeing them. Obviously, anytime Pedigo come over to the UK, they always put on a show. And it's always an experience whenever they're there as well. So
Yeah.
we saw them drinking out shoes. Obviously the hillbilly hammer jumping about with the hammer and amongst the crowd. And do you know what I mean?
There's
It's
more of
always
them
an
coming this
experience.
time.
Yeah. So, and they're all, the thing is that every one of them are crazy. Right? There's not
Oh,
one that,
insane.
yeah, there's not one. Well, I'm probably saying this wrong about that, but there's not one normal one. So, but
No, there's not at all.
every one of them are mad. Every single one of them. So, but it's that's what makes the experience. That's what makes the Daisy Fresh experience.
Yeah, and like that's the best thing about being going down there and stuff is that like there's just a massive diversity of people and they come from all walks of life. So it's like you are 1,000 a million% welcomed, like regardless of who you are, where you've come from, or anything. And like that's one of the best things I really liked because I'm not saying something wrong with me and I'm not that insane, but like it's just I suppose I didn't know what to expect. They had it as like
Yeah,
a brown belt female from Ireland coming to this gym out of nowhere. I didn't really know. I didn't know anybody. I only had met a couple of the. I met Sophia and then a couple of the guys at the February Grapplefest.
yeah,
Then I just turned up then a couple of months later. So I think it was once they kind of came around to like, okay, maybe she's cool. Like she's like we can welcome her. Then it was good. But like
yeah,
even then, it was so lovely because like they all competed as well at the Open, and it was like they were like, oh, like I got to like help them win points because they won the team trophy, and I was like, it's so nice to, like help that. I was never able to do that before, so that was
yeah,
just brilliant.
yeah, yeah. Nah, it's definitely a great. It's going to be great to see them. Obviously, we're looking forward to seeing them take over Mauritius this weekend. So,
I know.
I don't think Mauritius know what's coming. I don't think they do know, but
I don't think
they'll
so.
but they'll definitely be welcome. As I said, obviously the people in Mauritius, as they are definitely looking forward to seeing them, and then obviously seeing them again next weekend, obviously at Grapplefest
Yeah.
as well. So, what about you then, Grapplefest? So, again, as I said, you've been on before, 2 fight of the nights previous. So, how did you get the call up? How did you find out you were going to be on this one?
Um. Once again, I just kind of annoy Chris until he puts me on it. Really, I just keep like messaging him. But no, Chris is lovely, and like Chris and Louise have always been so great and always wanted to get me on. I think that they wanted to match me up after the Sula match anyway.
Yeah,
Um, and then there was a couple of potential people. A few people. This is terrible. I mean this in a really nice way. A few people didn't want to take the fight.
mhm,
But then Sarah didn't have a match. I didn't have a match. Then at the end, so it was like just I suppose the smartest way of just matching us both up.
yeah, yeah. The thing
Yeah,
as well, I mean, watching, obviously seeing both of you competing before and watching you, I mean, you're both very relaxed before it. I mean, I saw Sarah before Northern Submission Series and she was lying on a bench outside the venue just reading a book. and you were thinking, you're on in like a couple of hours, and yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you're the same. I mean, you're quite relaxed as well when you go. I know you get nervous. Everybody gets nervous, but yeah, see, you come across so relaxed and so happy and so on as well. So
Yeah. I think that's important. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why I did so well last week is because I was so happy. Like, and
yeah,
like, and Lily from Iceland, who's on the last Grapplefest, she was competing as well at the ADCC Open, and like I was with her, I was at Fionn, and it was just like we were just like chatting, messing, and I was like, I suppose it was just I had so much gratitude for like being there. I was like, whatever happens, I I love where I am in my life. I was like, my life is so brilliant, you know. So I think that really kind of, I suppose, was transmitted onto the mat then because I was just so happy to be there. I also had like so much caffeine before I went on because like haven't been feeling very well coming
yeah.
up to it, trying to make weight. So I was like, I had stopped drinking coffee and stuff, and then I
Yeah.
had like 3 cans of Red Bull in a row. And then I was literally like, I was like buzzing going on. I was having like head rushes. I was like, whoa, where am I? So yeah,
Yeah.
so that wasn't great.
I could just imagine that, just being so hyper, getting on like,
I was like,
brilliant, brilliant. And then what's next then? So obviously I know, obviously training over America, I'm pretty sure you'll be doing a lot of comps in and around America
yeah,
over the next kind of year or so, or the time that you're spending over there. So, but what's next for you? Obviously ADCC Pro was massive. So that was a
yeah,
really, really big win. Are we going to see you potentially going to the trials or stepping in and becoming an ADCC champion, just like your
yeah,
friend Fionn?
yeah. I think like it was so lovely. First of all, the whole experience, but as well as that, like, um, seeing like meeting all the people afterwards. So like obviously Fionn there, we were with her, but then we met everybody else, and like Natalie was actually one of the reserves. So like
Right?
that was so like it was Jasmine Hasha and then Natalie afterwards, and like the fact that like I just thought it gave me massive confidence boost because like I was
Yeah,
like I can do this, like this is not out of my reach, you know. Um, so I think for the next couple of weeks, like obviously I got Grapplefest, then I got Nogi Pans, and then Nogi Worlds. And I think, unfortunately, because of the way that ADCC works, it's only the second European trials that where you get a ticket
mhm,
to ADCC. So that's definitely in my horizons because, like, I think after last weekend, it's just like it's not out of my reach. And you know, I can do it. So that's really cheesy.
yeah,
But yeah, so I have a plan up until December, and then I probably the second ADCC trials won't be until like the end of 2023.
yeah,
So I will have quite a bit. But like, look, I'm just in trying to enjoy training, and like I have all the Nogi majors coming up, and like that's something I've always loved. You know,
yeah.
I've always loved Nogi, and I'm better in Nogi and stuff. So yeah, just trying to take it month by month.
Let me ask you the question, because obviously this might happen. ADCC. Okay,
Hmm.
so you and Fionn final. It could happen. It could happen.
Yeah,
So,
like
I mean, how do you approach that? Because obviously, Fionn, I mean, we've seen the love affair on Instagram. We see the videos, and do you know what I mean?
we're
You
not
guys are
together.
not together. I don't mean it like that, but we've seen we've seen you guys together. Absolutely brilliant. Seeing the videos, the pictures, and stuff like that. But I mean, how do you approach that if that was to happen? Because obviously, that must be a conversation that you and Fionn must have had at some point, or are going to have at some point. So,
Yeah, like I think like we spoke about it before because like we were in the same division at a competition in February, March or February in London, but then I got disqualified, so that never happened.
that was I remember that. Was that the AJP? I think it was the
Yeah,
AJP. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and yeah, so like that never transpired. But like the thing is that like if I do win the trials next year, I'll be against and I go into the actual thing in 2024, I'll be against the returning champion. So like it's
right. Okay, okay.
yeah, so like we've spoken about it, but like she's one of my best friends. It's like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, like I'm well aware that like my goal right now is to qualify. And if that
yeah,
happens, I'll create a new goal. Right
yeah,
now I take my like I have my goal setting in like kind of small bits. I don't just kind of make these wild accusations like statements. They're like
Yeah,
I'm gonna be world champion all by submission in 2 seconds,
yeah, yeah,
or like same thing now with ADCC. But like for me now, my first goal obviously is the Nogi majors, and then after, and then 2023, I'll create new goals. So like at the moment, I see that goal regards to ADCC as to qualify. So
yeah,
like when that happens, I will create new goals, and more than likely Fionn will be my first opponent, and I'm perfectly okay with that because like she's the best in the world in both
yeah,
gi and no gi at my weight and one of my best friends. I was
yeah,
like, it's sorry for swearing, it's fucking amazing that I have that ability to train with and then potentially face. Like
yeah,
I'm well aware what happens when we roll. I get
yeah,
fucked up, you know, and I'm perfectly okay with that because I think she was just so deserving of it. She put so much work into it, and it was just so amazing to see it all pay off. So like, yeah, like if that happens, it happens. It's not like we're not going to be friends, you know. And I think when, and this is terrible because it's like putting people on pedestals or whatever, but like if and when we do match, it'll be amazing. It'll be brilliant, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Nah, listen, it would be good to see. It would be good to see. So, as you're very high level. I mean, I always, whenever I talk to, and I said this before, obviously, whenever I talk to other female grapplers, and we talk about some of the best that's out there, especially when I was doing the Grapple Queens and I did the Grapple Kings, and I was talking to other female grapplers from Ireland and Northern Ireland, and I was saying that
Mm.
obviously you were one of the top, you were one of the best female grapplers to come out of Ireland at the moment. So,
Oh, that's nice.
so it would be good to see. Obviously, you and Fionn one day down the line.
I don't know.
ADCC. It'd be a bit gutting that it's the first round. It would have been a great final. It would have been a great final. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day. So,
yeah.
um, and then final thing for you then. So, I mean, you're loving life at the moment. You're having an absolute fantastic time. Um, and you've got unbelievable training partners. You mentioned obviously Pedigo, Fionn, and so on. But yeah, anybody you want to shout out to, any friends, family members, teammates, sponsors, anything like that you may have.
Um, I hate this question. I never know. I always forget somebody. Um, like first of all, can't wait to kind of get can't. Ugh. Just try again, Rosa. Um, yeah, the English isn't working very well. So like I suppose my family can't wait to see them when I go home. My sponsors Parry and Improv. Like Parry literally gave me so much like lovely gear over the weekend to ADCC, and they're brilliant. Um, yeah, like this is gonna be like this is really cheesy, but like first of all, obviously the gyms I'm training with at the moment, like obviously so much like I guess with gratitude and adoration, but as well like my original gym in Ireland. I think, like regardless of what went on, like it's still obviously I started my journey there, so it'll be just a bit of doing them a bit of a disservice to not
Yeah,
thank them.
yeah,
So yeah, and say
yeah,
hello. Even though they
yeah.
don't talk to me. Anyway, we'll move on.
And then obviously the team at Pedigo, the team at Pedigo
Yeah.
as well. So how's the new digs? How's the new gym? Because obviously
Oh,
they've
it's
they've moved into
amazing.
a brand new facility and the pictures look absolutely brilliant. But how's it been in there and actually training in it?
It's amazing. It's like it's just so lovely to see after where like they came from the laundromat, and it's like they just have been working so hard for so long, and the place is gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's so well deserved, and I'm so happy for them.
yeah. Do they still have the laundromat? Is that still there? Is still training in that, or is everything now moved
No,
over?
it's all everything's moved over. I don't know if it's. I think all the mats are up and everything. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're full-time training in the new place.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's brilliant. It's brilliant to see. As I say, they've came a long way, Daisy Fresh. So,
Yeah,
to obviously where they were to where they are now. So, and actually so happy you're part of the team, and actually going out there and killing it as you should be, as you that's the rightfully deserve to be there, Rosa. So guys, here we go. We got Rosa Walsh, Pedigo fighting, submission fighting, should I say? So Daisy Fresh going to be heading to Grapplefest 13. That's next Saturday, the 1st of October. Now, ticket availability, head over to Grapplefest Facebook page and you will get your tickets directly through there. Anybody that can't make the event on the evening, there is going to be pay-per-view through Fight TV. Now, a couple of different payment options. The standalone pay-per-view price is $14.99, or there is the monthly option. The monthly option is $4.99. I think it works out UK money about £4.20. That's probably the best, most cost-efficient option, because obviously after a couple of months, if you don't want it, then yeah, it's up to you. You can cancel it off. But as I said, you'll get every single Grapple Fest, not just Grapple Fest. You'll have Grapple Kings as well as other grappling events on there as well. So, but we're looking forward to seeing Rosa all the way from California, all the way back to. I mean, it's pissing the rain here, Rosa. It's raining. The
I'm like
weather.
trying to shield my eyes here.
Well, you know you'll be back in Ireland in the UK as soon as you touch down
Yeah,
at Dublin Airport.
definitely.
So, but listen, enjoy the rest of your time there. And yeah, listen, we'll see you in a week's time.
Yes. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Take care.